Alrighty, welcome back to Chicana Diaries, episode 5. Yes, oh my god, I'm getting more prepared by the episode. I took some time to look up literally what episode number this is, because it's literally so embarrassing to come on here and be like, I have a 3-minute rant about me not even knowing like the podcast number. So welcome to podcast episode 5 and Chicana Diaries episode 6, because literally the first video was just like me romanticizing my life and making a montage of my week, and I thought that literally was so fun and cute, but do not ever want to see it again. Though the end part of it was literally so nostalgic, because I love eating boiling crab, and I literally go to boiling crab every 2 Fridays, because every Friday would be one boiling crab too much. And just enjoy some of that like shrimp and rice and lemon and garlic and sausage and corn and potatoes. And yes, I do not actually like crab or lobster or any shellfish other than shrimp, but everything else is good, and it's just like this beautiful like sort of watery explosion in your mouth, and it is. And like I've written in a number of my college essays thus far. Oh my god, I have actually gotten into like 2 or 3 programs with my essay about the boiling crab, and about how it's literally like a moment for intense gratification and reflection after a really hard week at work, and having to go to school, and just like the city life that is go all of the time, and just having like this one moment when there's nothing more than you and your food and that first bite that is like not only your motivation to continue going, but also this moment of intense and overwhelming joy to be alive because you made it through another week. And literally it is so true, because at one point in the school year last year, I was literally like, I could tell time by boiling crabs. And so like I know this sounds like a mild obsession, and it definitely is, because I literally like tell everybody that I stumble upon that I love the boiling crab and I love the sausage, because it has something in it that I have never tasted before, and I'm pretty sure it's like buttery too, but I'm not even, I literally don't know, like my taste buds got messed up after I got COVID, but the boiling crab is literally so good, and I literally lost my train of thought going through that, but it's so good, and I've written a couple of essays about it, and it's just been a great experience. Wow, I wish that there was like a replay button for my thoughts, because like sometimes I just need me to be like, I just need myself to like repeat myself again. Like I need to get back into it. Like now I don't remember what I was saying about the boiling crab, but yes, I have gotten accepted to a couple programs. I got college match because of boiling crab, and I was literally like, before I didn't have my dad, and my childhood was rough, and not in a trauma dumping type of way, and just in a gratification type of way, and me learning how to appreciate life, and just like the way that food is a universal language, and it brings people together and things like that. And I think that that's maybe one of the reasons why a lot of people write their college essays about like a fruit tart or like something like that, because then people can connect over the fact that yes, this is a medium by which people communicate and can have like this sort of collective experience, because like we all indulge in sweets when we're sad, or it's like there's a reason why like there is like chocolate ice cream when you have a breakup, because it makes you feel happy, and if your stomach is happy then you're happy, and all of those things. And so that's literally what I wrote about, and I got into a couple programs, and yeah, so now with that literal story I would like to start Chicana Diaries. Today's going to be kind of a short episode because I want to try something out. Last week's episode was 55 minutes, much like the other ones, but it only got 15 views. And I'm wondering that if I make these podcast episodes more digestible, more compact and condensed and just like more like, less slow, more fast paced, less time, and less content, maybe it would be better for like viewer engagement. And not in an ingenuine type of way where I'm like, oh my god, I care about viewer engagement, but I want to see where this channel goes. I really do think that these experiences and these thoughts, and like even that little story about the boiling crab, can literally just give you like an idea for your like PIQ, and you're like, oh my god, when I was younger, like me and my dad, or like or a supplement, or maybe not a supplement because those usually are like the Y essays, but for your PIQ, and you could be like, oh my god, when I was little, like me and my dad loved carne asada, and you could talk about steak, how it's steak, and like how nobody ever understands, and you have to say like carne asada for like the white people, or you have to be like, oh my god, a carne asada taco and a tortilla. And literally that story just gave you an idea about how to do that, and you could connect it to who you were once and who you are now and who you want to be, which is actually the secret to writing a good PIQ, because literally I was playing admissions officer the other day, and I don't know why I lowered my voice, but this is important. I was playing admissions officer the other day, and it was like for one of my programs, and I was reviewing like some common apps that people had submitted, and some of the best PIQs that I had like read were the ones that didn't waste any like word count. And I was like, okay, like sometimes I like spent my entire time like wondering, okay, so why do I care? Like you told me all of these things, and I saw your grades and I saw your classes. Now why do I care? Tell me why I care. So you have to be really clear, and you have to be really explicit about that. So it's like you have to write about where you've been, right? Like who you were once, and like who you are now, and who you're gonna be in the future. And I'm literally like not a college trained person, but I am learning from my college programs, because like you literally have to provide information about your past, your present, and your future in your PIQ in order to make it effective, and so that they get you have a really, really like strict word limit, and so you have to literally be like, you have to explain literally who you are, what drives you, what motivates you, with one example, one story, one experience, and condense it in order so that they can get like the most complete holistic picture of who you are as a person in order to admit you, because that's literally all they care about. And I mean, they're like for instance, if you're applying to the UCs or whatever, like a state school, sometimes maybe they don't care as much about who you are rather than your stats, right, and things like that. But they still really like the thing that distinguishes you from, like, okay, let's just say Peaches has a 3.6 and I have a 3.6. Like the only thing that's going to distinguish Peaches and I is going to be the fact that maybe I had an experience where I demonstrated leadership, or where I was resilient and things like that. And Peaches like has spent his entire life, and sorry to do him dirty like this, but has spent his entire life sleeping and having things handed to him and just like coasting through life. And he got a 3.6, but maybe I got a 3.6 because like I went through a family problem, and my grades took some hits like some years, but I bounced back at some point, and I got a 3.6, and I was able to get it through a 3.6. And so if it's me versus Peaches who has had everything handed to him, and he got a 3.6, they're obviously going to choose the person who has made the most out of the education. That being me. And sorry, Peaches, you should have been the one with the 3.6 and been resilient, but you love me still, buddy, huh? And yeah, why is there a string on my plant? This is literally why all my plants died, but it's literally like budding right here. And so yeah, this is literally why I want these things, and I want you guys to love Chicana Diaries, and I want to make it more digestible, and I want to make it come from a place of truth, because I want Chicana Diaries to not only be me going through my college experience, but me disseminating some of the more important things that I think, everybody should have access to as people. And it's so absurd to me how, like, okay, as first generation, Okay, and this is literally the meat of the podcast today. As first generation, low income, people of color, like, oh my God, she said, sorry for the interruption. My mom literally came in and gave a whole spiel, but she says that I'm going crazy just talking to myself. And I'm like, I'm literally... Peaches, that is so rude. How could you literally be doing that right now? She said I am literally going crazy and insane because I'm talking to myself in my room at like 10:30 p.m. But that's fine. That's like totally fine. I just want to have the Chicana Diaries podcast episode for you guys to be timely and consistent, and just, you know, create this community with the Marissanators, because you guys are literally so amazing. Like, I love you guys. Like, those 15 people who watched the latest episode, like, you guys are literally the real ones. And yeah, anyway, I was having a really nice conversation with you guys about how absurd it is. And let me just take a sip of my Capri. I am a Capri kind of gal. How absurd it is how in the college application process, especially as first generation low income people of color, we are so often like, what's the word? Like pegged, pinned, put, and faced against each other in this sort of challenge and competitions. And man, I mean, it's so crazy, you know. It's like okay, it's kind of cyclical, and I'm trying to articulate this because I'm thinking it, but I'm trying to articulate it for you guys. It's just that it's crazy how, okay, in order to be the best, you have to have access to the resources. But if the resources are only given to the best, then how can everybody be better, right? And so it's like, do you guys get that? I wish I had somebody like bouncing ideas off of right now, but it's like they expect us to be the best in order to be able to, in order for them to be able to pin us. This is literally not the safest mic. But in order for us to be able to be pinned against each other, right? And this thing that's kind of just like sick, right? In this admissions process, for like, let's just say, for instance, my organization, my college access organization, Link, I went through like 3 rounds of the application process, you know, the preliminary application, and then the second application where I submitted financial documents and blah, 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 and more information about myself and my essays. And then I went through an interview in order to get here. And it's just crazy how, like, only then, like, the high achieving students are the only ones who have access to this. But, like, what about the kids who got cut in the second round? That doesn't mean that they don't have academic potential to be better. Like, what about them? Like, are they not supposed to be anybody or amount to anything because, you know, some random organization said that they weren't like a high achieving student, quote unquote, right? And so, like, what about their potential, and like, who is gonna help them? Like, why are the high achieving students, right? Like, for instance, I'm a Questbridge prep scholar, and in Questbridge, this national organization says that I'm a high achieving student, and so then because I'm high achieving enough, or I meet a threshold, or I'm broke enough, or I'm Hispanic enough, or I have a high enough GPA, or I have enough extracurriculars, you know, then only then I can go and amount to be something. But like, what about the kids who really need the support, but they aren't quote unquote high achieving, or they aren't like quote unquote high achieving to the extent to which these organizations have created, right? Like the threshold, like they don't meet the threshold that the organization has created, and so then thus, Link, they are just supposed to do what, right? Like, who is going to give them the resources? Like, these schools have one college counselor per like 300 students. That's what my school has, and it's ridiculous how they're supposed to better on the generations. They're supposed to be better if like if this generation isn't able to make it because of like the societal restrictions or inaccessibility to resources and knowledge, then how are we even supposed to like get anywhere? Like, what about the next generation? It's going to be the same thing, because there's going to be a cut, and like only a specific group of people are going to be able to make it because, they didn't have access to the same resources that the high achieving students have. And so now I'm going to run an experiment because I believe that there are people out there who did not meet the threshold, who did not meet this man-made threshold, because ideas and things are concepts made by people, right? That they can be somebody, right? And that they can, if only given the resources, go off and having good college education, if only they knew about these things. Like, prior to joining my program, I had no idea what a liberal arts education was. I had no idea what, like, Amherst or Williams was, or Franklin and Marshall was. All I knew was about the big research universities. I knew about Berkeley. I knew, like, even on the lower end, like, I knew Merced, I knew, like, I knew all of these things, and, like, these are good schools, right? But, these are good schools, but, these are the only schools that I knew about. I knew about Yale and Stanford and Princeton and Columbia, and I didn't even know about Cornell. Like, Cornell didn't exist to me before, like, their bridge scandal, if you know, you know. But, it's like all of these things, and it's just kind of absurd to me because, like, how are we supposed to go and dream and know how to get into these college institutions who are, like, actually looking for us, right? Looking for diversity, looking for to increase inclusivity and cultivate more diverse environments because they're just more conducive to learning, and these are the types of environments that people want, or, like, able to grow in, right? And open their minds and reach enlightenment and things like that, and every, like, old, archaic, solid foundation for learning and the pursuit of knowledge, right? And so, I don't know, man. So I'm going to run an experiment. And I'm just going to make some observations, right? Because I'm like, I want to take every single piece of knowledge, yes, every single piece of knowledge to the best of my ability, and pass it on to you guys, because I think that you guys should have access to literally the same things that I have access to, because I have been deemed, able to fit in. I've been able to check some box and fit some requirement and meet some criteria, and have that, because, like, literally, like, if I wasn't in this, I wouldn't know about fly-ins. Like, I wouldn't know that, like, schools don't necessarily, like, say that they're, like, taking it as demonstrated interest, but do. And then the whole idea that interviews are optional, but they're literally the deal breakers and serve as, like, a third set of eyes and recommendation for, like, the students' character and ability to not only socialize, but, like, act as a, like, demonstrated interest almost for the school and things like that. And, like, the recommender, the interviewer, whether it be an alumni or somebody from the school, acts as your third cheerleader besides your letters of recommendation, giving more context about who you are and giving you more chances to get into the school. So, like, I wouldn't have known that. Like, I absolutely wouldn't have known that until now, and until I've been part of this program and things like that. And so I want to share that with you guys, because they have not put me under contract, and if I am not put under contract, I am at liberty to stay because of the First Amendment and freedom of expression. Everything that I think that will help you guys, like, everything that I'm learning, like, everything I have this philosophy that everything that we learned is not for all of us, but just for societal, welfare in general. And so this is for you guys. Literally, like, ask me questions. Like, I literally am so eager to share my experience and my journey and, everything with you guys. And so, like, literally ask me about, like, my extracurriculars. I will talk about my extracurriculars. I will upload a video next week, the week right before school starts, the first week of August, about general ways I've learned about how to succeed in school, and how to get prepared for, like, the college application process, and what you can do to start being a better student, the student that like colleges want, and so that you fit in at their schools, and so and thus like if you fit in, then you're like two pieces of the puzzle, and so that if you're two pieces of the puzzle, then they have no chance but to admit you. Like the other day, I was literally having a conversation with a Stanford admissions officer, and I literally do not even remember if I talked about this in the last podcast episode, but I might have made a draft or something. I was literally talking about this with a Stanford admissions officer, like from Stanford, and he's been working there for like 12 years, and he was like, okay, this is all about best fit, okay? He was like dead serious. He was like, this is all about best fit, okay? He was like straight about it. He was like, Stanford is looking for kids who can keep up with the academic rigor of Stanford. You know, they're looking for kids who are intrinsically motivated. They're looking for kids who are gonna not only be academically engaged, but socially engaged and engaged in their communities, right? They want people who can do everything, and who, like, despite having 3 semesters or what is equivalent to 3 semesters in a school year, can keep up with the pace and still be, you know, captain of the soccer team, or leading some activist group, or working at a children's hospital and things like that. And they want you to be that person, and we obviously want to be that person too, because we want to push ourselves to the limit to be that person. But like, how would you know to tell them, like, you know, in your why statements, like, that you want to be exactly that person, if you like don't even know what you're like supposed to write in there? And like the kids who don't even have guidance on these things, like they're like, oh my god, a supplemental, like let's like, okay, one, you could either be like really lost and be like, wait, what is that, like, actually, like, what is that, where do I even find that? Because I was like that. I literally just got an email from Franklin and Marshall that I really want to look at. Or you can be like the other kid who's like, okay, wait, I know what a why statement is, but like, actually, what do I write in it? And like, how do I increase my chances of getting in? And literally all it is writing specific, I know this sounds so stupid and like straight up, but writing specific examples of like what you want to do when you get there, and like just being like, okay, I want to do X, Y, and Z. I want to do like let's just say, for instance, I wrote one about going to like Downtown Magnets High School, and I was like, okay, I want to go to Downtown Magnets because I want to take IB, let's just say, for instance, and take advantage of it. I want to take IB, and I want to take IB English, and IB History, and IB Film, and TOK, and I want to be in Eco Club and Feminist Club and ASB and School on Wheels, and I also want to be like part of the basketball team. And they want people who are like going to take full advantage of their, like, everything that they have to offer. They're not going to admit somebody who they think is literally gonna they're not gonna set you up for failure, basically. And so that is literally what the admissions process like looks like. I mean, at least for Stanford, but like a lot of other schools look at it the same way. They're like, okay, this is about best fit. Like, do you fit here? Do you their job, like, really is, oh, I have an ant in my arm. Why do I have an ant in my arm? Their job realistically is only to cultivate an environment and a community of students and peers in order to collaborate for that year and be there and exist together, and, you know, be the class of 2023 or be the class of 2024, and you know, be that community you gotta be a part of, which is literally, like, if you're considering like CC or anything like that, is the only thing that distinguishes like a top tier university from a CC, right? It's just like the type of environment that they're cultivating, because they are selective admissions processes, and so that they are looking for a specific type of student, they are looking for a specific type of people. And if like the places, like, let's just say, for instance, like Dartmouth, who prides themselves on diversity, or Wellesley, who prides themselves on diversity also, they want students who come from every single background imaginable. And so, like, you could be anything. You don't have to fit into a box, and you don't have to be a 4.2 or a 4.3. You can be Marissa Guadarrama, who loves to crochet and loves cats and to make podcasts at 10:30 p.m. with a microphone of a crocheted flower and a crochet hook and a little lavalier mic, with a shirt of her favorite nonprofit organization, and this is who I am. These are my posters. That is my Rachel Carson Award, like for environmentalism. This is who I am. My poster of Harry Potter's over there, and they're gonna love me for that. I'm not just a 4.2 to them. I'm me. And so that is what they're looking for, because they're looking for somebody who's gonna go get it. They're gonna go. That's what it is. That's the secret. It's not. The college admissions process isn't mythical. And I was literally talking about this with another girl earlier, one of my friends from school, and she was literally like telling me about how freaked out she was about the financial aid. She was literally talking to me about how she was sorry, I'm looking for my notes. About how freaked out she was about the financial aid, and I was like, literally, girl, that is the last thing that you have to worry about. Like, just Google. I mean, not the last thing, because you are a first generation low income, but because you are a first generation low income, those schools that have promised and made a promise to meet 100% demonstrated need are the schools that you want to apply for, because those schools are making a commitment to help you go to school. And like schools like USC, like if you make less than 75k, like if your family makes less than 75k, then you have to pay no tuition, and things like that. And then if you apply by the December 1st deadline, you can get more money and more scholarships for other things like room and board and like all of the other costs. And so like literally it's like education is accessible, and a lot of institutions out there are working to make education more accessible, and we just have to find them, and we just have to like start researching and looking into these colleges and things like that, and I just wish more people knew, and I am working on that. One Chicana Diaries episode at a time. We are disseminating the knowledge that I think that everybody deserves to know, especially going into junior year and coming from a family that literally knows nothing about the college admissions process. Like even now, I could literally pull like, I'm part of the Princeton Summer Journalism Program and the LA Times Grow for Broke Institute, inaugural institute, and I'm gonna go present at like a national convention for journalists and things like that, and they could literally be like, "Que bueno," and they'd be like, "Oh my god, how cool," and then move on to the next topic and be like, "Cats are cool, huh?" And I'm like, yeah, cats are really cool, but like they don't quite understand, and that's completely okay. I don't need them to understand. I just need them to know that I'm gonna succeed, and I'm gonna succeed for them, and I'm gonna succeed for me. And like one day I'm gonna buy my dad his Audi, and one day I'm gonna take my mom to Peru, and everything is gonna be okay. Like one day I'm gonna be in college and come back for the summer, and my brother's gonna be like, "Hey, my sister's coming for the summer," and tell all of his little friends, and I'm gonna take him to Chuck E. Cheese or something, and I'm gonna be the cool big sister, but I'm gonna make it. And sometimes it's easy to feel alone and not understood, because nobody else around you understands it, and not everybody has access to these types of, again, academic communities, because you're not deemed high achieving enough. But you deserve, like, whether or not you're part of an organization that is helping you get into college or things like this, you are worthy enough of being deemed to have potential. And like, if not, like, why do you even want their approval, like, of being like high achieving or whatever? It doesn't even matter. Like, you matter. As cliche as that sounds, you're very cool as an individual. What? I'm actually busy tomorrow. Oops. Oopsie, my brother just came in and he asked me if I was going to babysit him tomorrow, but I'm literally volunteering tomorrow, and I feel bad because I would want to take care of him, but it's okay. Anyway, okay, let's see on my checklist, because I did actually plan for this Chicana Diaries episode because I wanted it to be really good for you guys, and really interesting and entertaining and informative and really cool. Okay, so talked about the Stanford admissions officer. Going back to school and showing up as the best student you can possibly be. Okay, so the going back to school and showing up as the best student you can possibly be is going to be for next week's episodes, and I'm literally going to give you guys like tips and tricks to be a good student and things like that. So stay tuned. In life update. Okay, so last thing I guess is going to be our life update. Okay, so what has been going on with me? Literally nothing. Literally all of these thoughts. All of these same thoughts. Like, I don't know. It's just been a lot of getting back in the groove of things and trying to get my butt off my bed all day, because like I literally want to. I don't know. Ever since the beginning of the summer, I gave myself permission to rest, because as you guys may have seen in the last video, last year was actually rough because junior year gave me no time for self-care. It was like 8 to 10 is 6 to 8 hours of schoolwork after like the 8 hours of school and extracurriculars and everything, and so there's literally no time to stop ever. And that's where the boiling crab story came in, because it actually gave me a moment to breathe and all of it. But I gave myself permission to stop this summer, and I was like, okay, you're doing these programs, obviously, but these are like leisurely programs, you know, these are just the things that you do in your free time. Like even Chicana Diaries is just like, you know, my little side thing, the little thing that I enjoy to do personally as a human being. And so I give myself permission to rest and be like, okay, I'm just gonna push that till tomorrow. Like everything is fine and life is good. And so there have been days where I literally just lay in my bed all day watching Friends, and I am gonna call this the summer Friends, because I literally have almost finished binging 10 seasons of Friends, and I am gonna miss them so much, and I'm bracing for the end of the show, because like Chandler and Monica are already getting their baby, and like Phoebe just got married to Paul Rudd, and I don't know, I'm like, my cat just fell asleep in my little box, but I don't know, I like get emotionally attached to these characters, but I'm trying to detach myself. I also started reading, my book's over there, but I started reading, or I had started reading it before, but I don't know if you guys like ever get in this reading slump when you like read one book, you're like, especially when you read for school, you get just so tired of reading. But I've been reading again for fun, and I'm reading Beach Read, and I have been eating it up, and I ate it up today, where I actually read like 100 and something pages, and it's been really good, and I've been hooked, and it's just like so steamy and so fun and so good. And I'm not gonna give you guys any spoilers, because I highly recommend the book, especially for all of those like hopeless romantics out there, or all of those girlies who like want a book boy. Like this is literally the summer romance, or just like the romance in general that, you know, like you want to read, because it's like the witty banter, the, you know, montage, the plans, the, you know, you know, it's like all of it together, and it's really good, and I really love it. And so I've been doing that and trying to detach myself from Friends, because I know how much it's gonna hurt, because I love this show. But I also wanted to start watching New Girl like right before I started school, though I know it's gonna be addicting. But I want to watch New Girl because I watch it at least twice a year, and it seems about time. Harry Potter season is also coming up, and I actually have really exciting news. I got a message from this girl that I used to go to. I think I might have talked to her about her already, the girl who helped me paint my free little library this year, and we're like friends from this Edinburgh Youth Academy we did in 2020. And she said that she wants to come on the pod and actually talk about Harry Potter and like all of these things, and like she wants to be I think her pronouns are she or they, I can't remember,
but I can probably check. I think it's Lemon. But what was it? She wants to come on here. Yeah. She wants to come on here and talk about Harry Potter, and like I was like, I'm actually like so down for that. And she's that type of person who loves fall and is like really punky and really really cool, and loves film and wants to grow up to be like some sort of like something in the film industry. And so like we could talk about diversity in film, and there's gonna be this article that's coming out about race in Harry Potter, and we can probably read it and discuss it here, and it should be fun. And we could talk about like her college options and like literally have like a little interview and be like hey, where are you going, and talk about the different avenues in which you can be and exist as a human being. And if she like wants to go to USC, then let's go together, because like I want to go, and I'm like literally gonna EA, and yeah, so that should be fun. I'm literally nervous and excited because it's literally July 25th. I'm not sure if there's if this month is 31 or 30, but there should be 5-ish or 6 days till August 1st. And I'm so excited for the Common App to open and see all of the supplements. I already thought about my Pomona supplement. I'm literally, because they asked, and they asked to choose like what is one thing that you're gonna bring with yourself, to Pomona. And I'm gonna be like, this bag, because this bag has a story. And I was looking around my room, and I was like, okay, I have an entire bookshelf full of things, like and posters everywhere, and this plant, I could probably take this plant, but I need something with meaning, with something that means something to me, that's something that I'm gonna take, like other than my clothes and my shoes and my toothbrush. Like, what else means enough to me to take to my college life, right? Like, I hadn't thought about that, and I was like, it's probably this tote bag, or like this tote bag like thing, this ethnic tote bag thing, mi bolsita, because like I'm gonna need to carry my laptop, and I'm gonna need to carry my things. And to me, this bag was like during the tote bag era of people, this was almost like my act of distinction and rebellion and non-conformity to the mainstream pop culture. And I was like, literally like, okay, this is the way to bring a little bit of myself with me to wherever I go, and it's always going to be with me. It's always going to help me, much like my culture has helped me, my people have helped me, then I will help them by being better. And so, yeah, I kind of want to talk about that, and so maybe I'm going to write about that. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I'm excited. And then after August 1st, August 2nd, I think, my friend comes back. My friends, some of them that are so freaking overachieving, that went to Massachusetts, to Amherst for the summer, with Thrive, are coming back. And so maybe I'll get to see them before the school year starts. August 5th, I have a new school orientation, because my school is literally getting relocated across the street, because our building is so old, it's literally falling apart. And I literally have a couple of meetings already with like my clubs and things in order to get back in the groove of things. I'm recording this AMSCO chapters, which if you are going to be an AP US history next year, you're going to be able to, if you search up Brian Burba AMSCO and your school is reading the AMSCO, or you're in my school and you're reading the AMSCO with Burbs, like I'm going to be doing chapter 11 to 31, I think, of the recordings for those things, because I like have the mic now and I like can do it, and I just want to take that off his plate, and just help you guys. Plus today I got to spend like 36 minutes talking about like social reforms and like the second great awakening and the temperance movement and all of those things. And so I was like, oh my god, wait, this is actually literally so fun. And I'm like, a complete nerd, and Burba told me this. My teacher told me this, and he's like, we're nerds, and because he sent me a picture, and he was like reading the like a book about Cuba or something like that, talking about Fidel Castro, which we're gonna, because he's prepping the curriculum for next year. And I was literally like, you're like, actually, we're actually such nerds, but like, we should keep this on the DL, you know, because like, people shouldn't know, but like, honestly, you know, like, because like colonization and the perpetuation of gendered language, and so yeah, but literally like such intellectuals. And so just getting back into the groove of things, finishing up my summer programs. I have a couple of things that I have to do, which I just remembered I forgot to submit the interview for. Damn, I should probably do that right now when I'm done. I thought that this was going to take less time, but I have already gone over the time that I thought, but it has been such interesting and fun conversation today. So I hope you guys are like still here, and if you guys are still here, like drop like a turtle down in the comments or something. But yeah, that's literally what the vibe is for the next couple of weeks. I have like 3 weeks. I haven't seen my best friend yet, and I want to see her before the school starts. I actually still have summer camp, because I'm going to be a counselor at this nonprofit this summer, so I'm looking forward to that, and that's going to be in the first week of school. So summer's not over yet, baby. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to the Claremont, actually. I'll like tell you guys all about that tomorrow, but I have a friend who's literally going, and I'm super excited because I haven't seen her in forever. And yeah, it should be fun. I think we're gonna get like a tour of 2 of them, but we're gonna be at all of them, and we're gonna take the Amtrak all the way to Claremont, California, and it's just be like a fun experience. Hopefully we get a tour of Pomona, because Pomona is the one I'm actually considering, and maybe not. I don't know if I'm considering Scripps, but I have to look into it. But I think I might be considering Claremont McKenna. Claremont McKenna, yeah, not Harvey Med. So yeah, I literally do not want to bash them on social media, because like, so much love for you guys, like Claremont's, like for real, like you have my heart, except me. And yeah, I'll let you guys know how that goes, because it should be a fun experience. Tomorrow I have a conversation with a UC Berkeley admissions officer, so I'll let you guys know how that goes too. It should be very exciting. Can't wait for the day that my college counselor finds these, and she's gonna be like, Marissa, literally, what are you doing? And I'm gonna be like, I'm literally just like boosting like college admissions rates all over the country like right now, because literally all of my friends and all of the people that I know and all of the people of social media are gonna get insider tips on like the college program, because like, why can't we be allowed to tell these things to the people? Like, if you want to be educated and do want to be a good go-getter, and literally look out for your education, like, why shouldn't you be able to get these tips, you know? And like, not everybody's gonna find these tips, but like, the people who actually do want it so bad are gonna find them. And so yeah, I am very excited about that. Thinking about if I have any other updates. Jewelry business is almost done. Working towards that iMac. I have literally a whole stack of jewelry things that I have been working on. I actually have this necklace right here, because the other things are like down in the ground, but I can show you guys this. It's this necklace. It's not finished yet. It has to be longer, and there's still string attached to it. But it's literally so cute, and it should be, yeah, that's gonna be one of them. I think I'm gonna do it like at $10. And let's see, what else do I have here? I have this mushroom that my dad broke. Hi Peaches. But I'm literally making like bottle cap earrings, and it's like they're all gonna be very cute, and I'm very excited. But now I literally have to go, because I have to actually submit the things for Princeton, because I don't want them to like kick me out and be like, Marissa, like, why are you so untimely? And I'm like, oh my god, it's because I was like recording a Chicana Diaries episode for like my people, but like they're gonna be like, god, that's like actually so cool. And like, actually, you guys like should also subscribe. Like Princeton, Princeton, the Princeton Summer Journalism actually follows me on Instagram, which is literally like such a flex. Here, look, Princeton Summer Journalism right here, the last one right here. Princeton Summer Journalism follows me on Instagram, and yeah, I got like 2 views on the Chicana Diaries thing, but that is okay. 21 likes and 2 views. That's like really random. 71 views. I got 71 views. Okay, I'm just really sad and disappointed. I don't know if you guys saw my face earlier, but like I was trying to conceal my disappointment. But yes, I'm very, very excited. Chicana Diaries, please. Like, I really I love you. Like, this is everything, this is more than just a podcast. This is me. This is what my vision for life. And yeah, last thing, because we're literally approaching like 50 minutes, even though I said it was going to be like 30 minutes because I wanted to read engagement or whatever, boost engagement. There are going to be drum roll, please. Guests. There are gonna be guests on the pod. Literally, if you're interested in being a guest on the pod, let me know and we can figure out what to talk about. We can figure out who you are and all of your things, and we can talk about college. We can talk about college with everybody. But I'm sure you're a very unique person and everything. So yes, I'm gonna have guests on the pod. I think I have about 5 different guests right now. One of which goes to school in Las Vegas, which is my cousin actually, and so we're gonna talk about like being a first generation, being like how we grew up and things like that, and our pact to go to college. And yeah, I have a friend who wants to be a biomedical engineer, and he goes to my school, and he literally just landed like a UCLA internship for the summer, and he's really cool. I have this girl who I know from my school too, who just graduated, and she wants to go I think she's going to FITM, if I'm not mistaken, but she's going to fashion school. Girlie's like on top of things, and she is gonna come in to talk about that. And she was like really creative and confident like during her high school years, and literally I think she might have won best dressed or best style or something for the yearbook. And she was like really cool, and so I want to talk about confidence with her. And then I have, who else do I have? I have this friend who goes to boarding school like somewhere in the South, I think, or like in Kentucky, or I forgot. I am literally like offending him right now for forgetting, but it's literally so cool because he goes to school over there, but then he comes back over here, and I think that he might be doing Questbridge. So I want to talk about his journey in that, and like how that's gonna be, and how different it's gonna be probably from like the regular like college application process, and also because I could have been a Questbridge college national college match applicant. So that could be an interesting conversation. And then I'm gonna have, who was literally the last person? Like I literally just blanked. Did we talk about my friend? And I think the last one might be my friend who was the film, the USC Annenberg film person, and we're gonna have a conversation about all of that, and literally our love for Harry Potter, and literally how quirky and cool we are, and like the fact that she plays like the cello. She's literally so cool. She like works at Hot Topic and things like that. So we're gonna do that, and yeah, it's gonna be exciting. So thank you guys for another great this is the new thing, another great Chicana Diaries Day episode, what did I say, 5 episode 5. Yeah, thank you guys for sticking it through for Chicana Diaries episode 5. I love you, my Marissa Naders. You guys are literally so cool. And I'll see you guys, I guess, for another episode next week. Hopefully this gets uploaded by Thursday early morning, uploading it Wednesday so that you guys have it literally on time. I hope this was fun. Give it a like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Instagram, follow Chicana Diaries on Instagram. We need to boost engagement there. And yeah, I'll see you guys next episode for another round of advice, conversation, and a fun time. So yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye.